The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Dr. Ish and I are joined by Anthony. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks so much for having me, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
Thank you, I try.
Good brother.
Thank you very much. My life has been so different without her in so many ways, from the regular stuff to just being a caretaker to just the things I miss the most is the little things at home, her messing with me, and I miss those little things so much.
Yeah. Well, something clicked in you early on that you decided I'm going to be the best possible big brother that can be there for my sister, and you were.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, one, I just always want to be the best in everything I do, as everybody should. Kind of like Mamba mentality, like Kobe Bryant always said. But obviously with certain circumstances in our lives, with her dad leaving her when she was 1 year old, our mother having many issues, so I knew eventually I was going to have to really step up in a big way, obviously not knowing the things that were going to happen. But, I loved it though. I was, 20, 21 years old, taking her to kindergarten. Like, it was cool. It gave me a purpose that I never thought I'd ever have in life.
For an individual and their family getting a cancer diagnosis once in their life is life-changing. Mm-hmm. But for you, for Gianna, there was a second cancer diagnosis.
Yeah. So the first time, I never had any doubts. No doubts at all. It was hard. It was emotionally hard. There was a lot of tears, a lot of struggle, but I never had any doubts. The second cancer, they basically said she had no chance. And she never complained. Oh, wow. She never complained. Like, imagine doing chemo, radiation, and physical therapy. Yeah. And just be like, what's for dinner? Like, that's how she was. Like, she was absolutely an incredible human. And to put up with me every single day. I mean, like, sometimes that's not exactly ezy to do.
Well, that was y'all's motto, right?
Exactly.
Never quit.
Never quit. And if you look at a picture for when she got done with radiation, she's wearing a purple hoodie that said, "Quitting is not an option."
Yeah. Did she ever talk about death?
No. And it was something I had thought about, especially when she was still super good mentally. Like, should I bring it up? And I said to myself, if she brings it up, we'll talk about it. What would I want for a celebration, this, that. And then I thought to myself, well, like, I remember my grandmother, right? She passed away at 84 years old. And she was like, when I go, the papers for the apartment in this drawer, that, this. Like, she's 20 years old. There's nothing to handle. Mm-hmm. So we never talked about it. We just lived, and we made every single moment count.
What were the days immediately after her passing like?
Straight devastation. I still feel the same way now as I did a year and a few months ago. My pain, it might even be worse now than it was a year ago, but I choose
worse
to.
How?
Because now we're living again, right? So we're doing the things we love, whether it's sporting events, concerts, this, that. She came with me to all that stuff. Yeah. And now I'm back living, and I almost feel guilty at times. Yeah. Like, the New York Knicks recently had opening night, and I was there, and I had a big event, and I brought a big group of people. She was always at all my events. Yeah. And I woke up Thursday morning after the Knicks did win on opening night, and I felt so sad, and I felt so guilty for it was one of the best nights of my life at the Garden, and I felt so guilty about it. But I know I shouldn't, and I know she would not want that, but I did.
Anthony, tell us about your mother. I know she's part of this story.
Yeah, she is.
Where is she now? How's she doing?
She lives about 15 minutes from me. Her and I have been a lot cooler since G passed. My mother and I met for a cup of coffee. We went to a coffee shop and we were chatting, and out the blue she starts crying. She's like, "Anthony, I got to tell you something." And I was like, "What's up?" And she said, "I've never told you this, but thank you for all that you did. She said, quote, "I didn't have the mental capacity to do any of that, and you're the definition of a man." She said, "I know Gianna loved me, but to her, you were God." And her doing that meant a lot to me.